Hello everyone. For those of you that don't know, my name's Finn and this is my journey towards a life closer to boat building and sailing. So the last couple of weeks have been really busy on the boat that I've been working on as the launch date is fast approaching, so I haven't been able to spend as much time working on my boat as I'd hoped, but I've managed to start some of the next major steps in the build of this project. So now the transom and the two port and starboard transom knees are bedded down onto the boat. It's time to start making the next two transom knees that will be fixed inboard of the two knees that are already bedded down onto the deck. But before I make a start on the next knee, it's time to get the last couple of layers of fairing compound up onto the counter stern and get it all nice and fair, ready to have its first coat of primer. So a little bit of exciting news to share with you guys. A few months ago I purchased this 22-foot racer cruiser yacht. Now she is a Atlanta Catch 22-foot long swing keel sailing boat, designed to be a family racer cruiser. Now she's got 4 berths and a brand new set of sails, so it's time to crane her into the creek and head out to the swale, which is the closest body of water to me, and then we can hoist the sails and go for a little adventure. Okay, so for the next stage of the build, I've got to start templating for the portside bulwark boards. Now in the last episode, you saw that I got all of the portside stanchion blocking machined up, cut and dry fitted into position. And now that's going to allow me to move on to the next stage, which is going to be templating for the first bulwark board. Now I've just ripped up some pattern ply down into some 4-inch strips. Now I've just tacked those strips along the shear line in the position for where the first bottom bulwark plank is going to be fastened to the boat. I'm now going to use a load of dummy sticks to transfer the line for the bottom of this bulwark board. On the starboard side, the bulwarks were already completed by the previous owner. Now the bottom plank is set about 1 inch off of the deck. Now that's just to allow any of the water that's washed up onto the deck when we're out sailing to just run straight off the deck underneath the bulwark boards through this gap. So all I've done is just ripped up a load of 1-inch wide strips of the same pattern ply, and I'm just going to use a 25mm block that I'll sit down onto the deck. Then using a hot glue gun, I'll glue these 1-inch wide strips onto this template board, down onto that 25mm block. And that way I'm going to get a nice fair line for the bottom of this bulwark plank set up 25mm off the deck. Right, so that's about all I've got time for in this video. Now I've got the counter stern finished off with the fairing compound and it's all had its final sanding. Now I've got the next two transom knees steam bent and one of them's already glued up and the second one's on the former with the glue going off as we speak. And I've made a start on getting the template made for the first bulwark board, and then we took a little trip down to my local sawmill to go and collect the larch in which I'm going to be using to make the bulwark planks out of. Now I'd just like to take this time to say a massive thanks to all of you guys who have shown so much support towards the project. Whether you've become a patron or you've donated to me through my Amazon wish list or just liking, commenting and subscribing to the channel. All of your support really is overwhelming and I cannot thank you enough. So thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time.